Hey everyone, it is Wednesday night. I'm going to do a midweek yoga flow. So if you want to join me, just grab your mat or a towel, get on the floor. It's nice outside if you want to be outside, wherever you are. I'm in the East Coast, in the South. So I am going to start out here in a seated position. I'm going to try to do fire logs. And just basically sit here with your palms facing up, open to receive, and being intentionally in the moment, right here, right now, where you're supposed to be. Envision yourself sitting on the mat, releasing everything, releasing the stress, the tension, the tightness, anything that doesn't serve you, being one with nature, being one with your breath work, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And when you breathe out through the mouth, release the tension like ocean waves on the back of your throat. Any anxiety, any stress that you're carrying, set it free. If it doesn't serve you, let it go. Let it be. Be one for yourself. Be in this moment, imagining yourself floating. Breathe in through the nose, retain, 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 and slowly release out your mouth. Breathe in. Retain, 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 and release. And when you release, think of releasing any negative energy, anything that is holding on to you tightly. Release it. If it doesn't serve you, let it go. Set free all of that stress in your neck, your back, your upper back, your mid back, your lower back, your hips, your legs, all of it, so you can feel one in this moment. You are exactly where you need to be. Breathe in and release. Imagine yourself on the beach at dusk with the waves crashing in and out. Imagine the sound of the waves crashing in and out. Imagine the sand cooling off from the super hot sunny day. Imagine the seashells as they brush up on the shore. Imagine yourself sitting on a towel here in this moment. Imagine how incredible you feel to be able to set it free out into the world, out to sea, to let it go, to let it be, to let yourself be in this moment, present for you, for yourself, for your mindset, knowing that this presence is so essential because you cannot be present unless you let it go. Do not hold on to anything that isn't necessary and just let it go. Let it go. Revert back to your breath work. And when you're ready, you can get out of the seated pose and onto all fours. And we're going to do some cat and cows here. So you're going to stretch your neck up and tuck your neck under. Just releasing any of the tension, any stored stress in your body. I'm sure if you sit all day or you've done a lot of standing, your lower back is going to be intense and tight. So these cat-cow poses are going to be really good for that. Good for releasing the stress. You're going to thread the needle. So you're going to lift your right hand high to the sky, tucking it under, feeling the stretch. Lift back your left leg if you can, and then release. And then we're going to thread the needle on the other side, lifting our left hand high to the sky, tucking it under, releasing, and then bending my right hand behind. And just feeling this stretch on my arm, and then reverting back to all fours. And when you're on all fours, just revert back to the cat-cows. See how your body feels. Take a body scan and see where are you storing the stress. Because eventually you will revert to your breath work and you will set it free. Lift your left leg behind, your right arm out in front. Hold this pose here. Hold, hold, hold. And just be in this union of opposites out to the side here. And just hold, hold, hold. And then reach behind and grab your left foot. And then tuck it. And then release. You're going to put your right leg out behind, your left arm out in front. You're going to feel this on the other side. Each side is going to feel different. So feel how it feels on this side of your body. Is this side tighter than the other? And then out to the side here. And then grab your right foot behind you and feel the stretch on your thigh. And then release. And then we're gonna go to a downward dog pose and just feel how this feels in your body. Walk your dog and just feel the calf stretches here. Then I'm gonna walk my hands to the back of the mat, half lift, forward fold, standing tall, side bend to the right, feel the stretch, center, side bend to the left. I think I said left last time, even though it was right. Clasping your hands behind your back, mini back bend, forward fold, feel the stretch, and then do the twist. Right hand toward the sky, and then you're gonna grab your big toe and thank you for the gift, and you're gonna pull your right toe out to the side to feel the stretch in your left glute. It's gonna feel great. It's a challenge balance pose, and then release. Then you're gonna put your right hand down, your left hand toward the sky, gaze follows. You're gonna grab your left big toe out to the side on this side as well. This is a balance challenge also on this side. It's gonna feel different than the other side, and then a vinyasa, so it's a tricep push-up. And then back to downward dog. And just feel how your body feels in this pose. You're gonna walk it out and just be present for yourself. Taking 3 breaths in the downward dog to go back and do the same stretches again. Make sure you're hanging your head heavy. You're really releasing the stress in the back of your neck. And then you're gonna walk your hands to the back of the mat, half lift, forward fold, standing tall, side bend to the right, center, side bend to the left, and then clasping your hands behind your back, mini back bend, forward fold, feeling this stretch. And we're not gonna do the leg pose to the side, we're just gonna do the twists. Right hand toward the sky, and then twist your left hand toward the sky, feeling the stretch in your lower back. And then to a vinyasa push-up, which is a tricep push-up, or you can skip the push-up as well. And then back to a downward dog. Taking 3 breaths, taking note to feel how your body feels. And as you can tell, your breath work has caused you to revert back to the present moment. When you go through these moves, you're releasing stress within your body, you're releasing tension, you're releasing anything that isn't necessary as you move through the flow. It's a neurological thing that allows you to set free what isn't meant to be. Doing these side stretches one more time, back to center and to the left, and then clasping your hands behind your back if you can, mini back bend, forward fold. If you want to do the twist, you can go ahead and do it, and then to a vinyasa or a downward dog. And then cobra pose if you want. Walk it out. Taking 3 breaths here in the downward dog pose. Then I'm going to lift my right leg high, just holding it here for a second to see how it feels in my body, because it's going to be a different first time you're in that pose today. And then warrior 2 to reverse warrior. Right arm overhead, your right knee is bent, and then side arm goes onto your right leg, left arm overhead, holding it here. And if you want, you can clasp your hands underneath you and do birds of paradise. I'm not going to do it right now just because the porch is a little bit uneven and I don't think it's a good idea. So back to the bind right here when you tuck it under. And then from here, straightening my right leg and just dipping my left arm down my left leg, feeling this reversal blood flow. And then vinyasa or downward dog. Taking a few breaths to reground yourself, lifting your left leg up, stepping it through for a warrior 2 on this side, and then putting reverse warrior, almost forgot, feeling the stretch in your left side body, And then putting your left forearm on your left knee, right hand overhead, feeling the stretch in your right side body. Just hold it here for a moment. And then you can do the bind if you want. The bind is really good. It's like, kind of like a shoulder stretch and really stretches out your thigh as well, as you can tell. And then straightening this left leg, dripping your right arm down your right leg, and then vinyasa or downward dog. As you can tell in yoga, as you move through the poses, you're releasing more and more stress in your body because your body doesn't want to store it, and it processes movement as if it was processing emotion, and it's very intentional if you're intentional about the moves. And then from here, I'm going to walk halfway up to the mat, doing chair pose here, and just holding it here for a moment as if there's an imaginary chair behind you, and then hands to heart center, twist to the right, gaze follows, do not dump your chin into your shoulder, and then open for wingspan, back to center, staying low, twist to the left. Gaze follows, opening your arms for wingspan, and then back to center, stand tall, forward fold, and then vinyasa or downward dog. Walk it out if you want to, taking a few breaths to reground yourself, and then right leg high. And then underneath, we're going to do a fallen star. So your left hand is toward the sky, and you're going to hold it here for a few moments. Just feel yourself in this pose, and then putting your left leg down, and then your right leg back up into a crescent lunge. Arms overhead, gaze follows, and then clasping your hands behind you for pyramid pose. Leaning over a straight right leg. Both legs are straight. They're kind of like railroad tracks. And you're just going to hold it here for a second. It feels so incredible. And then when you're ready, you're going to go through a vinyasa, or you can skip it. And you can go and do those poses on the other side. Don't forget, we start with the fallen star. So the left leg goes high. You're going to tuck it under, right hand toward the sky, holding this pose here for a moment and just being in the moment. And then back down, lifting your left leg high, stepping it through for crescent lunge, and just being here in a second, switching to pyramid pose. This time your left leg is forward. I just cross my arms behind me, but some people can do prayer. My anatomy does not allow me to do that. Just holding this pyramid pose here because it is such a great hamstring stretch here. And then back to vinyasa or downward dog. Just holding it here in the downward dog pose for a few moments. Regrounding yourself, focusing on your breath work. Yoga is only intentional as you make it. So if you're not focused on how your body feels, you're not going to be able to get yourself to that level. We're going to lift our right leg high. We're going to step our right leg through. We're going to pivot and plant our left foot to go to a triangle pose, reaching both arms out to the side, then slowly dripping down your right leg with your left hand high. And you're not going to want to dump in this foot. You're going to need a brick if you need to, or shorten your stance. Your left hand is up toward the sky. Your gaze follows. And you're just going to feel this pose here. And then we're going to do a triangle. We're going to reverse the triangle pose. And we're going to do it on the other side. So point this foot straight. Pivot and point the left foot. And then triangle pose on this side with your right hand high, not dumping into your left foot or your left leg. Just holding it here for a moment. Feeling the stretch in your lower back and your hip area. Just feel how great it feels to be there. And then reverse triangle. So you're going to point your foot back toward this way, lifting your left arm high, your left arm down now, and your right arm toward the sky. It's going to be a crazy twist. So you're going to want to shorten your stance if you cannot put your hand all the way down without bending the knee, because you do not want to bend your knee. You're going to hold it here for a few seconds. Gaze follows up toward the sky, toward your right hand, and just feel this twist. It's so incredibly awesome. It's like you're wringing out your body and reversing up the blood flow. And that's what yoga is awesome about. It's about like really channeling your energy and feeling freer, meaning you're letting go of things that aren't necessary in your life, stored tension, stored mindset that doesn't serve you, and any negativity. So now we're going to do this stand tall just for a few moments to let the blood flow. Then the reverse triangle on the other side. So your right hand's going to go high. Feel the twist in your torso, left hand toward the sky, and feel this here in this moment. It's going to feel completely different than the other side, of course, and you're just going to hold it here to get the full benefit from it. So what yoga does is it really wrings out your body. It helps you set free the emotion. It helps you feel it, feel the energy flow through your body and set it free into the wild. And sometimes we have to be told to do that because we will hold on to things that are not necessary and not needed, and it causes stress and tension in our body. And then back to center and back standing up. And then I'm going to do a forward wide-legged fold, lifting my arms overhead and bending forward. It's kind of crazy, reversing the blood flow. It feels good, and it's intentional. And then half lift, you're going to grab your big toes and pull your arms out to the side, feeling the stretch like you're pulling yourself down, your head down to the ground to stretch out your back, the back of your legs. It feels so good. And then when you're ready, release and stand back up. And then back to the front of your mat. And then what I am going to do next is I'm going to do my last strength training pose. So I'm going to go grab these 2 5-pound weights. It's like an airplane pose, stepping my right leg down and lifting my left leg behind. And I'm going to use the weights to pull them in and out. So like this and like this for 10. 3. So it's strengthening my core and my glutes and also my leg muscles. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then take a break in between and do the left side. Lifting your right leg up, and this is on planks, so it's kind of hard. So then lifting your left leg out, tucking it in for 1, all the way to 10. You can do this without weights as well. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we're going to revert to some yin postures. So if you made it this far, that's awesome. Half the problem is, or the hardest part is showing up for yourself. So turn your mat sideways or follow along sideways. And basically we're going to do a straddle fold here. So stretch out your legs and lean forward as far as you can go. And really be intentional with the pose and only do what your body is calling you to do. So be one within what you're feeling and don't force it. So gravity will do a lot of the work in these poses. So feel how your body feels when it comes to that. We're retraining our brain and our mind to slow down, and it needs to catch up to be able to get into the poses. So, and the straddle photo is really, really good for stretching out your thighs, hips, and all that stuff. So just let yourself be, and it'll slowly ease into it. It'll slowly feel its way to where it has to be. And that's how it is sometimes in life. So don't force it. It has to be as it is or show up for itself. As you're releasing your tension, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in, retain, retain, retain. Release, breathe in through the nose, retain, retain, retain. Release out the mouth. The best way to regulate your nervous system is through breath work. And it's what yoga forces you to do. So focus on how intentional your breath work really is for you, how purposeful it can be, how it's so magical when it comes to stepping up for you when you have tension, you're in a high stress environment, and you need to calm your nervous system. Revert to your breath for that. A lot of times we forget how important of a tool it is for us to solve problems and solve anxiety. Another thing that can solve anxiety is purposely being intentional with what we look at in our life and really setting the stage for gratitude and knowing that everything has a purpose and there's a reason for everything, even though in that moment it might not make sense. And if you force something, it's not going to work. So I think what I've had to tell myself sometimes when I get overwhelmed is look at the clouds, look at the sky, and appreciate that we're here today. We have another day that we're alive and we're living, and we have such an incredible gift here on earth. And sometimes it can get taken for granted for the nature that we see, the birds, the bees, everything that has life on this planet is magical. And sometimes it's easy to forget that. And when you stop and think how grateful you can be for being here and in this moment and have the ability to be able to breathe and control your nervous system, slowly your anxiety will come down. Slowly you will realize that it really didn't matter that you got the rejection email, the mean interaction you had today. Perhaps you had something happen negatively and it didn't go the way you wanted it to go. And it's just another reminder that we can't control things in our life. We are not able to control it simply, and there's things beyond our control. As a result, we can only control our breath work and the way we react to things. And this shows us a lot about how purposeful it is to make the time for your mindset and to really be in the moment. So we're slowly going to get up from this pose, lean back, and just feel your lower back stretch, all the blood flow come back to it. And at the same time, you can stretch your neck as well. And then from here, I'm going to do a butterfly pose. I'm actually going to do a bridge, I lied, first, because I want to lift up my back and just feel the lower back release, feel it go, and just lower, and then sway from side to side. And it's going to feel so good. If you lean your legs one way and look the opposite, this twist will just feel good in your body. And then from here, I'm going to do the butterfly pose. So basically, As far in as you want to go is going to be tighter, and you can go as far out as you want with the open book. So just feel this in your thighs, in your legs, and just be in the moment with feeling the butterfly pose. Focusing again on your breath work, in through the nose, out through the mouth, or in through the nose and out through the nose. And really thinking about how magical it is that you have this gift and you are here right now, right here, because it really is a magical gift. And sometimes we forget how grateful we should be for what we have. And I think yoga sets the tone for how we are all connected, because our breath in unison with our body and movement can do wonders for our anxiety, our stress, our tension, and really placing us in the present moment to be present for ourselves. So I'm going to release from there, and then I'm just going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth a few times to reground ourselves to conclude the yoga session. So as you're here with your eyes gently closed and you're focused on knowing that you are not in control of everything that happens in this life. The only thing you can control is your breath work. The only thing you have control of is what you decide to do intentionally with your mindset. You are in control with the thoughts that you tell yourself. You have this incredible gift to calm yourself. But without being able to access it through being intentional, sometimes we forget and we can take for granted how we are able to do that. And knowing that you're not in control, you know that sometimes you have to set it free, you have to let it be, and you have to be intentional with how you feel. You can't just let some other issue control your emotions, but letting it go and setting it free is what's real. So thank you for joining my yoga session. I really appreciate it. I have a YouTube channel and some other social medias if you would like to follow me. My YouTube is under my name, Fawn Thayer, so feel free to follow me there. Namaste.